Imagine standing on a beach, staring out at the seemingly peaceful ocean. You'd never suspect that beneath the calm surface, immense forces are brewing, forces that can unleash unimaginable destruction. When Hurricane Milton tore across Florida's coastline, it wasn't just a weather event. It was a force driven by the ocean's hidden power. Hurricanes, as it turns out, are directly tied to the sea, and their behavior is a mystery we're still trying to unravel. The connection between hurricanes and the ocean runs deep. Milton, like all hurricanes, was fueled by warm ocean waters. But why does the ocean play such a critical role? It's simple. Hurricanes are born from heat. Warm water acts like a fuel source, providing the energy hurricanes need to form and intensify. When sea surface temperatures rise above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 26.5 degrees Celsius, the stage is set. The warmer the ocean, the stronger the storm. And as the planet's oceans continue to warm due to climate change, storms like Milton are becoming more frequent and more powerful. But that's not where the mystery ends. Why do some hurricanes explode in intensity while others fizzle out? Scientists are still studying the precise relationship between oceanic conditions, atmospheric pressure, and wind patterns that determine a storm's strength. In the case of Hurricane Milton, it rapidly gained strength before making landfall. As it churned over the warm waters of the Atlantic, it sucked up energy, transforming into a Category 3 storm. But what's fascinating is that no two hurricanes are alike. Some explode in size almost overnight, while others remain relatively weak. What's the secret formula that causes this? It's something we're still trying to figure out. The ocean's role in these storms remains one of its great mysteries, and Milton is just the latest example of how little we truly know. The ocean's most dangerous weapon, storm surges. But hurricanes aren't just about strong winds. When we think of the devastation they bring, the real killer is often the storm surge. In fact, it's storm surges, not wind, that cause the most destruction during a hurricane. When Hurricane Milton approached the Florida coast, it wasn't just the winds that people feared. It was the towering wall of water that was about to crash into their cities. So, what exactly is a storm surge? Imagine the ocean being physically pushed by the hurricane's strong winds and low-pressure center. The result is a massive rise in sea level that crashes onto land. In Milton's case, storm surges in cities like Sarasota and Punta Gorda reached up to 9 feet, flooding streets and swallowing buildings in minutes. These surges are unpredictable, and that's part of the mystery. We can estimate their height, but the exact outcome can vary dramatically depending on factors like the shape of the coastline, local weather patterns, and even the timing of the tides. In some cases, the surges fall short of predictions, but in others, they exceed expectations and wreak far more havoc than anyone anticipated. But here's the question: why can't we predict storm surges more accurately? Despite advances in weather modeling, the ocean's behavior during these events remains elusive. The interaction between wind, water, and atmospheric pressure is complex, and even slight variations can cause a surge to be higher or lower than expected. In Hurricane Milton's case, the surge was devastating, but it could have been far worse. The ocean, as always, keeps us guessing. The hidden toll on marine life. While the world focuses on the damage hurricanes cause on land, there's a hidden side to these storms that we often overlook: their impact on the ocean itself. Hurricanes churn the waters, causing massive disruptions beneath the surface that can have lasting effects on marine life. After Hurricane Milton tore through, marine biologists began to assess the damage not just to cities, but to the delicate ecosystems lying below the waves. One of the most immediate effects of a hurricane is the destruction of coral reefs. These vital marine structures, which provide habitat for countless species, are incredibly vulnerable to the powerful currents and waves generated by hurricanes. In the case of Milton, coral reefs in the path of the storm were likely torn apart, causing widespread devastation to local marine ecosystems. Fish populations are also heavily impacted. Hurricanes can displace species, forcing them into unfamiliar waters where they struggle to survive. The turbulence caused by the storm mixes different water layers, bringing cooler, nutrient-poor water to the surface, which can create dead zones where marine life struggles to thrive. But here's where things get even more mysterious. Hurricanes can also alter ocean currents. The powerful winds and waves generated by a storm like Milton don't just affect the surface. They can disrupt the ocean's deeper currents, potentially changing migration patterns and nutrient flows for months or even years after the storm has passed. These shifts in the ocean's behavior are still not fully understood, but they're a reminder of how connected the ocean's surface and its depths truly are. The ocean's lasting memory. What lies ahead? Even after Hurricane Milton's winds died down and the floodwaters receded, the ocean itself continued to bear the scars of the storm. Hurricanes may pass quickly, but their effects on the ocean can last far longer. One of the most striking post-hurricane phenomena is the drop in ocean temperatures. As a hurricane moves through an area, it churns up deeper, colder water, which can cause a sudden cooling of the surface. This temperature drop can have dramatic effects on marine ecosystems, as species that rely on warmer waters are suddenly faced with a much cooler environment. But the real mystery lies in how long it takes the ocean to recover. In some cases, coral reefs and fish populations can bounce back within a few years, but in other instances, the damage is permanent. Hurricanes also play a role in shaping the ocean's future. By altering currents, they can influence weather patterns, sea life migration, and even the distribution of nutrients in the water. The aftermath of Hurricane Milton will likely be studied for years to come as scientists work to understand the full extent of its impact on the ocean. And here's the biggest question. Could hurricanes like Milton be revealing something even deeper about the ocean? Could these storms hold clues to mysteries we haven't even begun to explore? The ocean, with all its hidden depths, might be using these storms to remind us just how much we have left to learn. The next hurricane could uncover even more secrets about the ocean's untold power. But are we ready to face them?